Hi, this is Lorna. I wanted to do a talking video this time because there's a lot to explain in these journals. They are boho journals inspired by my trip to India last winter, and they have lots of little stories to them. So there are 6 that will be for sale in my Etsy shop. I guess we get started. They have lots of bling, and they make a lot of noise. Don't get too used to the speaking videos. This is probably a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Not my favorite thing to do. So I'll start with this one. It's very peacock inspired. It's got a beautiful peacock charm. Lots of dangles. Last year I had the opportunity to go to India with some friends who had a new baby, a little baby boy, so they went home to India to show him off to all the family, and I got myself invited along. It was a 2-month trip, so that was pretty amazing. I got to see and do lots of things people wouldn't regularly, just on a vacation. So little textured envelopes. You'll notice everything has very peacock color. And sari silk bits everywhere. Oh my gosh, the sari silk. So just some little handmade paper bits in there. And of course wax seals on everything because I love my wax seals. Every envelope has a Mother Teresa stamp from India. It came on a package I had ordered. There's a little bling on this one. Of course, more peacocks. And I love this little piece of trim because it looked like a peacock feathers. And more handmade paper. So what's different about this journal is it actually has a peacock on the back. I bought this scarf in Beacon Air when we were there visiting some family members. And we went to the night market. I got myself in a little trouble because there were a lot of young men, over a dozen of them, who were very excited to talk to a lady from Canada. I literally could have come home with dozens of very gorgeous looking young husbands. So my friends who were with me had to come and rescue me from the crowds of young men who wanted to take pictures with me and chat about Canada. They felt like they couldn't leave me alone for 5 seconds without me gathering a crowd of people. So kind of peacock inspired paper. I bought these little envelopes in the market in New Delhi. Little boho lady here, photo. And some peacock feathers that I got here because you can't ship them. A peacock card. And some of my coffee lace dyed papers that look like peacock feathers. Very blingy paper. Love all these colors. They really remind me of India. I bought this trim, this coin and bell trim in a market in Delhi. Love this fabric. Bought lots of little bits, pieces of fabric. All the fabrics and trims. This trim is from India, from the market. So, more blingy. This paper, little flip, this paper is a medical journal, a Norwegian medical journal from 1904. So these book pages are from 1904. I realize not from India, but Boho was kind of internationally traveling, transient. So very blingy, again from India market. I'm in love with this blue fabric. It goes from gold to blue, depending on which direction you put it on. It's just a little booklet. Oh, the sari silks, the saris in India, the colors. India itself is a visual feast. I would recommend anybody going there. Just a little bling, little card. Some music sheet, because boho and music seem to go together. More trims from India. There's that 1904 book page. Actually, sorry, this one is a German book, and it's from 1922. Little glassine bag, very blingy. More trims from my trip. This is just a book page. A map. And a little booklet trimmed in sari silk. And some papers that have an impression on them. Little bits of crochet. I love this little boho charm. It has a peacock stone. All the journals have that peacock stone. More of the coin and bell from India. This is actually a bag that when you're riding the train, I rode the train from New Delhi to Bikaner. It was 8 hours, very long train. A sheet, towel, and face cloth all come wrapped in this paper, so it's very soft, very delicate paper. It's meant to be one-time use only. So I cut it up and made little envelopes. Little flip. Another sari silk flip. This trim is from the market in New Delhi. More of my lace coffee dyed papers. A French to English dictionary page. Some more crochet. Another boho bead. These coins. They just little bits and pieces that I found. Some tags. These, every journal has a little piece of this elephant paper because when I was in Jaipur, I rode the elephant. It was a very wet ride. The elephant kept lifting his trunk and spraying me. So, just some boys and their instructor in their traditional Rajasthani turbans. It's a postcard from Rajasthan. While in Rajasthan, we also did some desert camping and rode the camels in the desert to Sunset Point. It was quite spectacular. These are pictures of France, black and whites of France. I didn't take them. It's a very old, from the early 1900s photos. And just more ephemera. A little bit of bling collage piece down here. Lace doily coffee. I know you're wondering why there's a tea bag in all the journals, but this was actually the tea bags that were in our hotel in Jaisalmer, and it actually has the hotel logo on it. We stayed in a gorgeous hotel in Jaisalmer, and it looked like a palace. It was really spectacular. Yes, more sari silk and coffee dye. More elephant. The elephants were quite an impressive ride. Just a little bling. This tag, all the journals have one, is actually from a wedding invitation that I attended while in India. So I ran around to all my friends collecting all of their wedding invitations once the wedding was finished. And so I could cut them up into tags and put them into my journals. They all thought I was crazy, but yeah. But they think I'm crazy anyway, so that's all good. They love me anyway. So playing with my stamp kits that I got for Christmas for my daughter. Tried to do it in very peacock kind of colors. All the journals have this tag. They all have very similar things to this, just the papers differ. More bling, and of course the bling differs a bit. These are money envelopes. Every time you get a gift in India with money, which is like everything, you get it in these gorgeous money envelopes. So I was obsessed with them and hounded everyone for their money envelopes when they were finished. And every market we ever went into, I would buy money envelopes. So everywhere from Assam to Bikaner, I bought money envelopes. All of the sari silks remind me of, and some of them, from my trip to Assam. And we got to went to the silk village and got to see the silk weavers and watch them on their giant silk looms. I was completely blown away. Oh, forgot to put something in there. We'll do that. More of that 1904 medical book on natural plants from Norway. Another money envelope, because like I said, I was obsessed with these. I've never seen anything so beautiful. And just, this actually has a very shiny silvery trim. I'm pretty sure I drove all my friends crazy, going to all the markets, looking for bits and pieces to bring home and put into journals later on. More lace coffee dyed. Just a little piece of ephemera, more sari silk, snow card, and of course another wax seal. It has a little bee on it and more sari trim. So the peacocks are actually quite funny because when I was in the traditional village, loved the village because I could wander around by myself. Unfortunately, I would attract huge crowds of people because I was the only tourist that had ever been in their village before. And I was a female out wandering around by myself. So everybody kept asking if I was lost and tried to help me. And once they figured out who I was, they kept trying to feed me and give me chai. Everybody wanted me to go in and see their homes and visit, and it was quite special. But the peacocks. So the village has peacocks literally everywhere. You can't walk anywhere without peacocks flying over your head. But you go up to the rooftops and you watch the peacocks in the evening jumping from roof to roof. And the males would be preening their feathers. And they look so beautiful. But peacocks are not beautiful when they are waking you up like an alarm clock right outside your window at 4:30 in the morning. They're incredibly noisy little creatures at 4:30 in the morning, and literally there was one roosted outside my window and it would not shut up for love or money. So yeah, I developed a love-hate relationship with peacocks at that point. They are so beautiful, but they're not beautiful. Nothing is beautiful at 4:30 in the morning. Okay, so that's journal number 1. I'm not going to show every single journal. I will show the covers though and do a very quick flip through. If I can get them open. So So I tied them this way because it reminded me very much of the sashes that a lot of the traditional costumes that were worn. Well, they're not costumes to them, they're clothing. Especially in Rajasthan, a lot of people wearing traditional clothing. Delhi is more just regular northwestern clothing, jeans and t-shirts and whatnot. So again, with all these envelopes look exactly the same with the Mother Teresa stamp. Just the colors are a little tiny bit different. I love this journal cover. I think this one's my favorite, just because of all the gold and bling and the fact that the fabric weave, depending on which way you move it, changes color. So again, all the exact same things, just the papers are a little different. Many envelopes, a little bit of trim, another peacock feather. More of that Norwegian medical paper from medicinal plants. Little tag with some bling. Love this color. It reminds me of the peacocks, which, like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with now. Traditional Rajasthani people in Rajasthan really do dress exactly like this. It was pretty mind-blowing, all the colors. Like I said, a visual feast. I went there more for photography and I was not disappointed. Oh, and the food and the service, so amazing. I was well taken care of. There's those beautiful peacock stone. More money envelopes. Another little. Yes, my friends really spoiled me the whole time I was there. Moulin Rouge. Of course, it was the last journal signature I sewed in that I found my gold embroidery thread. I think I would have done them all in that if I had remembered I even had it. More of that tea from that hotel. Yes, I did go around to everybody's rooms and steal the tea. I know, terrible person. But, you know, girl will do anything to put things in her journals. Another one of those coins from the train. I was in love with the train ride going to Bikaner from Delhi, 8 hours. I was not in love with the train ride on the way back. Of course, because you're always excited to go somewhere. It's very tiring to come back. So this one has a peacock bookmark. I think I forgot to put that in the other one. Sorry, silk's a bit of a pain because it's all the threads in the back. Some bling. Little trims. So much sari silk. Comes in every color imaginable. Just some ephemera. More trim from the markets in Delhi. There's that wedding invitation tag again. Another little booklet. More sari and a little card. Love this one. Love the color. I guess it's my favorite color. envelopes, but look at this cover. Very blingy. If you're a girl or a journaler who likes bling, wow, this will do it for you. Yeah, same kind of thing. Just the beads are a bit different. Love this evil eye. I found that in a thrift store. I did not find that in India. To ward off evil. There's that boho bead. It's got a little bend in it. There we go. Oh, for the love, I'll fix that later. Oh, there goes my fridge. Yes, I'm filming in the kitchen. It has the best light. Love the color on that. The Taj Mahal. I did go to Agra and see the Taj Mahal. It was spectacular. It does not disappoint. Isn't that beautiful? The only place I missed out on was the Golden Temple, because unfortunately at the very end of the trip I fell down the stairs and I had ruptured all of the ligaments in my ankle. I had ruptured 2 of the ligaments and fully ruptured and partially ruptured another one. So I was in bed rest for the last part of the trip. I was a bit annoyed. So I was in bed rest in Delhi at Poonam's house. That is my friend's mom, and she's a lovely hostess, and spent a lot of time in Delhi being shown around all the different areas. Poonam and her family were very sweet to me, and Poonam and I went shopping quite a bit, especially for all these trims and things. So that was awesome. We had a great time. She came to Canada at Thanksgiving. I felt I owed her a Thanksgiving dinner, seeing as I spent almost 2 months in and out of her house. So I had to cook Thanksgiving dinner. She did live in Canada for a while, so it wasn't her first Thanksgiving. But she did like teasing me. Love this. Love the blue and the red. This is more Chinese kind of inspired color. I get that. But still, the Asian culture is the same. Well, not the same, but they have such beautiful colored fabrics. Very unlike us North Americans who tend to dress a lot in black. Again with the Taj Mahal. More trims from India. More money envelopes. The wedding invitation tag. More boho beads with that peacock stone. Love this paper. And that's it. And this journal is exactly like, this journal cover is exactly like this journal cover. Very blingy. And then this one is just purple with the bling on the bottom. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing all of these journals from my trip that were inspired by my trip to India. I am very much looking forward to going back. I've been invited to another wedding, so hopefully next winter I'll be able to go back and replenish my supplies so I can make more journals. Thanks for hanging out with me, and thank you so much for all the support for my Etsy shop. It's been amazing, and all the support for my YouTube channel. You guys are pretty wonderful. Thanks.